Hello, Fiend and Fiendettes, and welcome to yet another installment of Uberdemon's Movie-Morgue. This is the 19th episode, and I've already kind of been working on the landmark 20th episode. There's going to be a couple of surprises with the next episode because it's kind of a landmark issue, and it's going to be kind of a thank you to the fans that have watched me pretty regularly. I'm going to jump right into things here. I'm going to start off with horror in high definition. And although it's not a horror film per se, it's kind of along the lines of Silence of the Lambs, and a hacker film, because one of the main characters is a hacker and she's kind of a goth alternative punk hacker. And it's the girl with the dragon tattoo, but it's more of a thriller than a horror film. But it's along the lines of a Silence of the Lambs kind of a great movie, and it's based on the the famous book series, which the first book has the same name as the movie, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. For those of you that enjoy the series, enjoyed the first movie, or if you haven't seen the first movie, I definitely recommend checking it out. But those that are fans of the series, the second installment of the foreign film series is going to be coming out in theaters. It's going to be here in Indianapolis starting July 16th at the Keystone Landmark Arts Theater, and I'm excited to see that. This was a really good movie, kept you on the edge of your seat, kept you guessing. Great storyline, great characters. Shortly after I filmed my last episode, I received this in the mail finally. It is the Trauma Blu-ray, or as they call it, Brown Ray, of Class of Nukem High, and this is one of my absolute favorite Trauma movies of all time. I think as far as picking a favorite Trauma movie, this would be right up there with a tie with the original Toxic Avenger, with a lot of the other Toxic Avengers and Class of Nukem Highs following thereafter. I used to watch all these Trauma movies on Cinemax when I was a young teenager in the summertime because they'd have marathons, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. Big Trauma fan as always. And the more recent acquisition is Lost Boys on Blu-ray. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to check out this vampire classic. And I picked up this 4-pack of Christopher Lee vampire movies, and I may have mentioned this in my last episode because I already have a couple of these. I already talked about Dracula Has Risen from the Grave and Taste of the Blood of Dracula. I This set also includes the Horror of Dracula and Dracula AD 1972. I've already seen and reviewed Dracula Has Risen from the Grave and Taste of the Blood of Dracula. Great movies. If you're a fan of vampires, I definitely recommend checking this one out. In my opinion, Christopher Lee, next to Bela Lugosi, is the best Dracula on film, period. The Horror of Dracula is kind of a retelling of the Bram Stoker's tale that we all know and love. It was a great movie, some great special effects. I'm not going to ruin what special effects are where, but if you read the 100th issue of Rue-Morgue, then you'll kind of get what I'm talking about. Again, and the biggest surprise on this set was Dracula AD 1972, because I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it was actually, I was very surprised by what I saw. It's a great kind of late hippie kind of film, freak out with vampires and Satanism. Very cool movie. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. I just kind of thumbed through it, but it looks like it's going to be a great time. And again, Dracula's Risen from the Grave, another great movie. It's hilariously rated G despite copious amounts of blood and grave robbing. That grave robbing scene. Taste of Blood of Dracula is probably the weakest film out of the four, but that's not saying much because it's still a great movie and very enjoyable. Kind of a sequel, I feel, to Dracula's Risen from the Grave. But again, if you're a fan of Christopher Lee or vampires, definitely worth checking out. It's definitely better than the Twilight fare that's out there right now. And I'm going to spend the bulk of the rest of this episode talking about a musical theme. And that musical theme is Danzig and his entire career. From his days in the Misfits as a young punk to his metal empire of Danzig, his solo band. And of course, that includes in between those two eras the Sam Hain era or Samhain era, his more goth rock metal kind of setup that he had between the Misfits and his solo effort Danzig. And I'm actually going to start off with some DVDs. And what I have here is a bunch of DVDs that covers that span. And this is the first in the series of bootlegs, The Misfits, The Danzig Years. This is the first volume, which features their cable access appearance on Why Be Something You're Not cable access show, and a live show in Northampton Community College. And this is the first in the series of the Danzig Years bootlegs, which you've already seen this episode in a previous episode of Uberdemon's Movie Morgue. The only thing, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but the dates are somewhere on here, and two of the dates on the various volumes are the same day, and they happen to be in different states. I don't know if they maybe swapped dates on this one, because I could see them playing two shows on the same day, but not two shows on the same day in different states. But again, they're bootlegs. It's kind of the kind of thing you expect. It's the Misfits live. This isn't something that's easy to get a hold of necessarily, at least in this kind of format. Uh, that's why I bought it. Moving on to an official release from Danzig's Evil Live label is the Samhain or Samhain. I've heard people pronounce it both ways. Samhain's the official Celtic pronunciation based off the original holiday that Halloween was based off of. But most people call it Samhain. It's the modern English pronunciation. But this is a live DVD at the Stardust Ballroom in Hollywood. And it's a great live set. Better video quality than the bootlegs, obviously. Still, it's an old video transfer transfer from an old VHS. Still looks great. Lots of great songs. Lots of great Samhain or Samhain songs, and even a couple old Misfit songs. Definitely worth checking out. And last but not least, we have the collected Danzig music video DVDs. This is the first one, Archive de la Morte, or Archive of the Dead. And this one has Dirty Black Summer, How the Gods Kill, Sistinas, which was previously unreleased, Bodies, which was previously unreleased, It's Coming Down, and Mother 93, of course, which is the live video, not the video from the Danzig One Home Video on VHS. And there's also multiple camera angles of these videos, kind of taking you into the behind-the-scenes process of making the videos. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of Danzig. Great songs, great videos for the songs, as Danzig is always known for. He never disappoints. He always does something new and original and different, and that's why I've been such a loyal fan for all these years, from my early teens again up and through my late 20s, where I'm at now. And the second DVD is Il Demonio Nera, or The Black Demon. And this one has Until You Call in the Dark, Can't Speak, I Don't Mind the Pain, Sadistical, Sacrifice, and Serpentina, which again have multiple camera angles and stuff like that. Again, another great addition. I hope they come out with a volume 3 at some point, because those are not all of his videos. In fact, there's a series of videos that were made around Danzig 2, or the Lucifuge album, and they're also great videos for like Killer Wolf and Her Black Wings, and great music videos. Really enjoyed watching those, but it'd be cool to see them in Volume 3 collected. And another kind of a side note, recent Danzig release that I don't have is the lyric book that Simon Bisley illustrated, called Hidden Lyrics of the Left Hand. I still need to procure a copy of that. It's lyrics from previously unwritten down Misfits and Samhain and Danzig songs, I believe. And there's illustrations, of course, by Simon Bisley. Definitely worth checking out. While I'm on the topic of books, you've seen this in a previous episode of the Movie Morgue also. This is Misery Obscura, which Eerie Vaughn, the unofficial photographer of the Misfits and the bass player, and he's done many things, but he played with Samhain or Samhain, and he was also the bass player for Danzig's solo effort through Danzig 4. So he's got some history with the band also. Again, this is a great book, great photos, also spans Danzig's entire career,